Right now, behind closed doors, a highly classified military briefing is underway, presenting 3 tactical routes for a strike on Iran. The man evaluating these options is President Donald Trump. The presence of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, underscores the severe military reality of this meeting. These 3 specific operational plans were developed and presented by the U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM. The administration is seeking a way to break the current diplomatic deadlock or deliver a final crushing blow before ending the war. This conflict has now passed the 60-day mark. While an indefinite ceasefire is technically in place, peace negotiations have reached a complete standstill. This chart tracks the global economic fallout. You can see a clear, drastic spike in global oil prices, which have reached historic highs as the stalemate continues. Currently, the United States is maintaining a strict naval blockade, attempting to paralyze Iranian commercial shipping and choke off Tehran's revenues. That blockade is draining Tehran's resources, but the situation remains volatile. A single kinetic military strike could trigger a broader, global conflict. The first option CENTCOM has placed on the desk is a wave of short and powerful aerial bombardments. These strikes would target Iran's civilian infrastructure, aiming to cripple the country's daily operations and force the regime to the negotiating table. This plan faces a major legal barrier. The 1949 Geneva Conventions explicitly prohibit attacks on sites considered essential for the survival of the civilian population. This path offers immediate physical leverage, but executing it carries the risk of American leadership facing prosecution for war crimes. The second plan moves the focus to the water, a military operation to physically seize control of a portion of the Strait of Hormuz to reopen commercial shipping lanes. This map illustrates the strategic weight of the region. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most critical economic choke points on the planet. This single transit point handles roughly 20% of the world's global oil and liquefied natural gas shipments. Seizing the strait cannot be achieved through naval power alone. Securing the area would require deploying ground forces onto Iranian territory. Option 2 represents a significant escalation, shifting the conflict from a maritime standoff to a physical invasion. The third option presented to the president is a highly classified special forces operation. The objective of this raid would be to infiltrate Iranian territory and physically secure their 11-ton stockpile of highly enriched uranium. Tehran insists this uranium is legally protected for energy development under the Non-Proliferation Treaty. To the president, however, the stockpile represents the primary justification for the war itself. Securing the material would neutralize the nuclear threat, but it would almost certainly trigger a massive, direct military retaliation from Tehran. The commander-in-chief is now reviewing these live, actionable plans in the Oval Office. There is clear historical precedent for this meeting. A nearly identical briefing with CENTCOM in late February directly preceded the president's decision to authorize the last major attack on Iran. While the president currently favors the economic pressure of the naval blockade, reports suggest his patience is reaching its limit. If the blockade fails to force a concession from Tehran, the historical pattern suggests that military force is the next step in the administration's strategy. The meeting between the president and his military advisors is happening right now, behind closed doors. With the ceasefire teetering on the edge of collapse, which of these 3 options will the president choose?